From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Brayden Neville.
Hello and welcome to Ticats Today for this Friday, December 22nd, 2023. And on this final episode before the holidays, we have a very special guest, Casey Sayles. Casey, thanks for coming on the show today, man.
Of course, man. I appreciate it. It's always good talking.
Are you all ready for the holidays? All prepped up here?
Yeah, almost. I gotta get some groceries. We're hosting on Sunday on Christmas Eve for the mom's side and going to the dad's side the following day. So yeah, just gonna be a little hectic in the Costco that we go to here, and we'll find a way around and pushing people around and
Yeah. I'm sure they'd get right out of your way. Those Costco lineups can be hectic. What are your traditions? What do you like to do during the holidays? And is there anything that you do every year that's a tradition of yours?
Nothing too much right now. We just started hosting since my wife and I got our house last year. So the second annual at our house, and but not too much. We're actually going to back up to Canada this year for New Year's.
Okay.
Wife's side in Saskatchewan. So
Oh,
yeah, up in the blizzard for New Year's. So be there from about the 27th to about the 2nd or 3rd or so. So just about a week. And but no, not too much. I just kind of like to relax and hang with the family. Obviously, just being home since the first time since I think May or so, mid-May, since camp. I haven't seen some of the family for even before then. I think it was Easter that saw some family. Obviously saw a few people here and there during the bye weeks when I came back. But yeah, it's just catching up with everyone, and I think that's kind of the best part, just relaxing. We don't ever do too much, and it's kind of the best thing for me is just kind of relaxing, especially after a busy season doing stuff every day. So
yeah, and I want to get into that busy season because this year you were an all-star. I mean, a great year for you. How was the first year in Hamilton to get adjusted to the city, the team, and everything else?
it was great. Obviously there's guys that kind of reach out to me that are curious about teams and curious about places that I've been. Either that's Winnipeg, Hamilton. Obviously I've been to all the other cities that every city's great that you go to for away games, but being on this side of it now in Hamilton, I thought everything was great. The facilities, coaches, and everything was great. Obviously, personally for me, being an all-star was great, and worked out for me this year being the first time all-star, and first time in third year being up here. But everything worked out, obviously, besides going to the Grey Cup and winning the Grey Cup, especially having that the Grey Cup at home in Hamilton. So besides that, I mean, everything was top notch. I couldn't ask for more from the city of Hamilton and everyone that helped me out throughout this year. Either coaches, family, the citizens of Hamilton, everyone was absolutely phenomenal. So
You had statistically your best season in the CFL, a career high in tackles, a career high in sacks. Did that have a lot to do with the system and your growth as a player this year in Hamilton?
I think it's just a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Even going from coach wise, it's football at the end of the day, and he's got a great scheme there. Washington does, but just getting with Randy Melvin as well, the D-line coach.
Yeah.
It's going from my first thing from college to professional was just coach wise through the NFL, AAF, XFL, and CFL is learning just from coaches. That's why all these coaches go to all these events during the year of learning different techniques and different things that can you can put on your D-line of practice skills or drill that you can do, and learn from Randy Melvin. It's I had my mix of things that I like to do, and I also mixed his stuff, and he is very hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the butt about doing this better, doing that better, and I think it just kind of mixed everything, and everything just ended up working out. And all the defensive coaches are great, and can't ask more from them.
7 sacks. I mean, it's pretty good for this season. And what was it that you did in the off season to train to kind of get that explosiveness, that little extra punch that you had this year?
Yeah, it's honestly just staying consistent. I don't really do too much impact running until probably about 2 to 3 months before heading to camp. So kind of about that March point, I kind of just I'll do some cardio at the gym and just do some low impact stuff of being on the treadmill or stair step or whatever. But that's just the biggest thing is being able to recover, especially after the last 2 seasons, Winnipeg. We're going to the Grey Cup the last 2 years, and that's it takes a toll on your body after 20 games each season, and that's not even including preseason. So it's just really recovery. That's the biggest thing, and then kind of slowly get into it, and then obviously just taking care of your body during the year. Everyone prepares for camp, which is obviously going to be the hardest transition from running before camp to actually doing football stuff. You can never be in football shape regardless of what you do. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, is getting through camp, and then once you get to the season, is just taking care of your body every single day. Where Bowman and the staff there, training staff there, took really good care of me. So that was the best thing. Obviously I have my things that I do during the days of practice, and then the off days that I'm doing something every single day, either recovery, cold tub, ice tub, whatever. But yeah, that's a big thing, is just longevity. And then during the bye weeks, even when I'm back home, just kind of relax and taking a bike ride, nothing low impact, again, just recovery. But yeah, that's a big thing, I think, is just recovery at that point, but taking care of the body.
Especially during that long, grueling season. I don't want to skip past you being an All-Star, because it's so hard to do in this league and such an honor. But where were you when you found out you were going to be an All-Star?
Let's see. I think when the first East All-Star came out, I think it was in the locker room after the practice one day, maybe prepping for one of the games. I forgot which week it was even, but let's see. We found out right after practice, I believe. Kind of had a feeling I was going to get the East All-Star for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously the final CFL All-Star is so hard to get.
It's huge.
Getting those is such an accomplishment, and I think I ended up finding out during our exit meetings on that one. Obviously, unfortunately, finding out during that, but I found out from some of the front office guys, and at that point, just kind of bittersweet talking to those guys, and tough to end the season like that, obviously in the first round, but lost to Montreal, which they had hell of a season. It's congrats to them. It's a very good team, very good coaches there. So I found out during that, but yeah, it was a great feeling. It's a long time coming with just bouncing around leagues, fourth league then, and came in 21, and I was kind of at the point of retirement too, that
Really?
if I didn't make, even after XFL got done after COVID, I was questionable about hanging the cleats up or not, and I gave her one more try, and kind of here we are.
Worked out, Grey Cup champion. I mean, it all kind of came together for you, and now an All-Star, CFL All-Star. I want to ask you about a couple of those guys you got to play with this year on defense. First one being the legend himself, Simone Lawrence. What can you say about getting to actually play on his team this year, and instead of being against him for once?
Yeah, he's a character, man. He brings everything to the table. He's going to bring the energy every single day. He's that guy that's in there at 7:00 in the morning, and guys are just starting to roll in before meetings, and he's talking his ear off. Everyone's just kind of waking up, kind of getting going, either working out or getting treatment or something, and he's in there talking people's ears off, and he just brings the energy that you just need on that side of football, especially on the defense. You always have to bring that extra energy, right? So he always had that, and he always brought that, good or bad, throughout the season, throughout the wins, losses, anything. So it's great to have that type of guy in the locker room.
Another guy, Jameer Thurman. You played against him a lot out west, but I got to see him this year, and such a beast. I mean, the guy can do it all, but what's it like playing in front of him?
Yeah, it's he brings that leadership mentality of, he knows, that's obviously the captain of the defense, right? So having that guy right behind me, it's kind of a trust type of situation too, that he can trust me. If I'm going to be there, I'm going to trust him that he's going to be there. And it just kind of goes off that. I feel like most of our sessions that we talked actually were, if it wasn't the film room, it was in the hot tub, talking about what we could do better, what went bad during the last game or anything. So that was a big thing for me, just having that guy. It's that's basically a defensive end next to me. I have to trust just as much. So it was great having him, and he's going to be having a long career. Hopefully back in Hamilton. He was a dog, man. So yeah.
Fun to watch. You two were such great additions to that defense. Another guy I want to ask you about, and a guy who had a crazy season, is Jagarrett Davis. For the beginning of the year to go through the injuries and everything else that happened, and then to the end of the season be such an impact guy on that D-line. What can you say about him around the room and on the field as well?
I mean, one of the best character guys I've been around. got to get to know the guy. I think the first thing that I got from him was from camp. He was, I think, like 2 days late, and I'm like, that's not a normal thing. I think he had missed a flight or whatever it was, and
Yeah.
that was kind of the first thing that I, got to learn about him. But once he got there and got to know him, man, he's just one of the most genuine guys.
Yeah.
And the things that he was going with the trade and dealing with his knee. You're at that age now that he's in his lower 30s, but kind of at the tail end of your career, realistically. And we all get there, unfortunately. But dealing with his knee, obviously, he's been an absolute animal the last however many years that he's been. Calgary and Toronto has however many Grey Cups now. Went to 6 in a row or something like that.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It's a thing where I could say I've been to 2 Grey Cups in a row in my first 2 years, but the fact that he's just consistently going to Grey Cups, there's obviously something that he's doing right every single year. And so it's great learning from that guy. The whole situation of him getting traded, not passing the physical, coming back, there would be a lot of guys that would shut down, not talk to guys, and have a bad attitude about it. Realistically, it's a tough situation that he went through, and he comes back and is just the same leader and the same person that he was. And it's you can't ask more from a guy, honestly. It's great. So
yeah, and such a philosophical guy. Whenever he talks about the game, I'd listen because he's been around it so long and he knows so much, and he's been so successful, like you said, being to that many Grey Cups in a row. This offseason for you, how do you build off of what you did this season and be even better going into 2024?
Yeah, there's only so much I could do about guys coming back. That's it's part of the game, unfortunately. But I would love to have the whole defense back and everything. So just taking a step at a time right now, just doing some workouts, keeping the muscle on and taking care of the body, especially during the holidays. Hopefully that don't add too much weight with all the stuff and everything.
It's tough, man.
Just kind of staying consistent and staying on good regimen diet and keep working out. But just staying focused. And I like to pay attention to the guys on the team signing back, and obviously I have a plethora of buddies that are in the CFL now. So been paying attention to kind of the free agency stuff so far with guys signing back. But like I said, just staying consistent and just kind of keeping your head down and relaxing for the off season, because like I said, the season is long. So got to take advantage of the off season. So
football aside, anything else exciting outside of the holiday season you got planned?
Oh man, not too much. Just hang with family, man. I don't do too much. Vacation in the off season. Haven't really planned anything too much, but just hang with the wife and 2 pups for now, and ready for the holidays for sure.
What kind of pups you got?
I got 2 little small ones. We we actually got our first dog during COVID.
Yeah.
So that's a few years back. She's a Yorkie Bichon, and then we had a Maltipoo. So they're both about 10 pounds. I originally wanted a big dog, and then my wife started looking around and ended up getting a small dog. But they're great. They're forever puppies, and they're gonna stay that size. So I love them.
You're the only big dog in the house, Casey. You said you're going to get some groceries and get ready for this Christmas dinner. What do you got planned for the fam for dinner?
Yeah, I'm going to we got a bunch of sides. I think we're gonna do some deviled eggs. Can't go wrong with that. I'm gonna end up putting a ham on the smoker. We got some pot roast. Let's see, stuffing, number one side.
Of course.
Number one. Maybe some smoked mac and cheese, and then some of the families bring some other sides. So yeah, we'll see how many lbs I gain there.
Be working them off there in the next couple weeks following, but it's all good. It's the holiday season. Casey, I'll let you get to it, man. I appreciate you coming on this final episode of Ticats today before 2024. So Casey Sayles, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.